Jeffrey A. Landis tells the story of a technician living on Venus in The Sultan in the Clouds. David Tinkerman, that technician, says, "The surface of Venus is a place of crushing pressure and hellish temperature. Rise above it, though, and the pressure eases, the temperature cools. 50 kilometers above the surface, at the base of the clouds, the temperature is tropical and the pressure the same as Earth, normal. 20 kilometers above that, the air is thin and polar cold. Drifting between these two levels are the 10,000 floating cities of Venus." Hello everyone, I am Colleen Parrott. I am the Social Media and Public Relations Coordinator here at the Space Foundation, and today I am joined by Chris Reinbold, the Space Foundation Discovery Center Programs Manager. Today, we're going to tell you some fun facts about Earth's sister planet, Venus, along with some fun activities we are doing today for Homeschool Days and for an event this Saturday, February 4th, Star Days, I Love Space. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. So Venus is the second planet from the Sun and is one of a few planets that has no moons. It also has no rings. Known as Earth's sister planet, mainly because the two planets are very similar. They're similar in size, mass, density, composition, and gravity. Venus is actually a little bit smaller than Earth, though. In 1610, Galileo Galilei actually documented the phases of Venus in The Starry Messenger. Venus is really neat because it actually spins in the opposite direction from Earth and many of the other planets in a retrograde, just like Uranus. A day on Venus is 243 Earth days long. It's kind of like a Monday here on Earth. But the weird thing is a year there is actually 225 Earth days. That means that a day is actually longer than a year. The sun actually rises twice in a day there. Every 117 Earth days, the sun will rise. And that's because it is going around the sun faster than it's actually spinning on its orbit. Venus is the hottest sun in our solar system, with temperatures as high as 870 degrees Fahrenheit or 465 degrees Celsius. That's really hot. It's actually hotter than Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. So you might be wondering, well, why is Venus hotter? Well, it's because the dense atmosphere there actually traps in heat. Many missions that have gone to Venus that have landers only make it for a few minutes, and that's because they're destroyed by the heat. It's just too hot to withstand. The atmosphere there is very, very hot, consisting mainly of carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid. Not really a lot of fun. The Venus Express, which was sent by the European Space Agency, or ESA, actually found evidence of lightning on Venus, but it's not like the lightning we have here on Earth or other planets. Our lightning is from water-based clouds, but Venus is actually from the sulfuric acid clouds. In 1962, NASA sent Mariner 2 to Venus, and it recorded the hottest temperatures that we've been able to find. This was also the first spacecraft to ever go to another planet. In 1970, the Soviet Union sent Venera 7, which sent back 23 minutes of data from the surface. This was the first spacecraft to return data from another planet. The heat is probably part of the reason it only lasted 23 minutes, but some people believe that maybe the lander landed on a side, which aided into a loss of a signal. Some scientists suggest that we should actually go to Venus instead of going to Mars. It's a shorter distance, it's about 5 months trip instead of 9 months to Mars. And that area we started off talking about, in between the clouds, above the clouds, there's actually a sweet spot there that might be the perfect place for us to live in floating cities. Wouldn't that be really cool? The Soviet Union sent more spacecraft to Venus in 1975. That was Venera 9. And that returned the very first black and white photos of Venus, which we've got here to show you real quick. So you can see they're really nothing huge, but really it's a huge breakthrough in science, even if it is just to get a few of these photos. Seven years later, in 1982, they sent Venera 13, which sent back the first color panoramic views of Venus. Venus was named by the Romans, named for the Roman goddess of love and beauty. Venus is actually the only planet in our solar system to be named for a female. It's believed that Venus received its name because Venus was the brightest star to ancient astronomers. Today, still, it's usually one of the brightest things we see in the night sky other than the sun and the moon. And that's because those sulfuric clouds actually reflect light. Sometimes Venus is referred to as the morning star or the evening star. And many of you have probably said a little poem that you've heard many times when you see Venus in the night sky. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might, have this wish, I wish tonight. So since we're here talking about the planet named for the goddess of love and the holiday for lovers is right around the corner, let's talk about some events taking place here at the Discovery Center with one main theme: I love space. Chris?
Great, thank you. So we're going to head out to the gallery, kind of quickly show you our gallery floor, and then we'll go over to the crafts, and we'll do a couple for you in demos, so that way when you come this Saturday for Star Days, I Love Space, you'll be able to do them with your family. So come on out. So this is our gallery floor. We have tons of stuff that are new that's happening out here. We're actually got some volunteers and some groups coming out here soon. So what we are going to go show you is our new exhibit that's being built. It's being refurbished and modified so that on April 2nd, we are going to have a grand opening. Come on over. Hello, gentlemen.
Good morning. Hello, Facebook.
So this is called Space Lab. And Space Lab is what we are refurbishing, fixing up to be able to actually walk through. You're going to go up and actually walk into the actual Space Lab and do some hands-on activities. So don't forget April 2nd. Let's go ahead and get doing some of our love activities.
I am a business coach and aspiring author. And
So here you can see kind of more of our exhibits back here as we go. And then back here is our activity area. And then a new exhibit will be opening soon, actually the end of March. So you can come see that and make it to Mars. So let's have a seat and do an activity. Alrighty.
So what are we going to do today?
So we are going to do two activities. We're going to do an activity called the Constellation Activity, and then Over the Moon, a Mooncraft.
Awesome.
So the first one, let's go ahead and do the Constellation Activity. What we're going to do is you're going to cut out your constellation. We have tons to choose from out here, so I'm going to go ahead and give Colleen Orion.
I love Orion. I actually got to see the launch of the Orion spacecraft a few years ago, and it's going to take us to Mars. Really, really awesome.
So go ahead with that. And then I am going to do Cassiopeia, which I love. And it's actually one of the easier ones, but it looks very beautiful in the sky. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and glue our constellations onto black paper to help them pop out and to also support the yarn and needle threading we are going to be doing.
Very
So
cool.
just give it some glue, put it on real quick there.
Not my best glue job.
All right, put that down. All right, and then we're gonna cut those out really quick so we get a nice frame trim around them, makes it even look even prettier. Now what you can do with these ones as well is when you come visit or you wanna come do this, even if you do it at home, I would put a white piece of paper on the back of this, and then you can write a nice little love note for Valentine's and send them a constellation of your choice. So
wonderful.
that would be a great activity as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a plastic needle, which is like a yarn needle and some yarn. And I'm going to thread mine through. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and pick a star or a dot to start on. And then I start by poking it through first so I can see my hole. And give it a little shove in there. And once I've done that, we're going to pull it out and go through the back, because we want our yarn in the back, just like you would do at home sewing, okay, and pull it through. And then we're just going to go from there, and we're going to sew. We are going to pop a hole into the next one and pull it through, and see how we're following the dotted lines? It's like your stitch lines.
Oh. Helps if you pay attention to where your string is.
Okay. So we just keep doing that. I'm going to poke another hole through the front because I can see it, but then I'm going to pop it back through the back because my string is already behind me. All right? So yeah, poke a hole through the front, which just makes it easier to get the hole started and you can see where the hole's at. And then
So we're
come
going
up
to
through the
skip
back.
that line for now?
Yeah, no, when you come up, yep, go ahead and come up through that hole you just poked. And when you pull it through, now you're going to go backwards and cover yourself. And then that way, now we have the completed line.
Very, very cool.
So you're just going to keep doing this through the whole thing, and then our final project or outlook would be like this. So that way you've needled it through, and now you have your yarn constellation.
Very cool.
All right, so that's one. Then the other one we're going to do is Over the Moon Mooncraft. These are the phases of the moon, okay? So we're going to teach you all the phases of that moon that we have, and there's 8 different phases. So to start off, you're going to take a white piece of paper, and you're going to fold it in half. Then you're going to fold it in half again, long ways, and then you're going to fold it in half short ways. Once you do that and open it up, you notice you have now 8 sections. Okay, so we'll take a marker, and I like to put lines on the sections so we can divide it up really good so you can see the differences. So just make a line on all your creases. Okay, don't have to be perfect. All right, so we're divided here. Now we're going to follow the instructions and just make this exact sheet of paper with all the phases of the moon. And to let you know, this is what we have. So we have a new moon, and our new moon you don't see. It's darkened out at night. And that's usually on day 29 of the month to the beginning. The first day through 4, you will get a waxing crescent moon. And then around day 7, you get what's called your first quarter moon. Day 10, you get a waxing gibbous moon. Day 14, then we have our full white beautiful moon that you can see. And then you'll notice we have, then it goes to wane gibbous. Then we have third quarter, and at the end we have waning crescent. So when we start seeing the moon at night, it's called waxing. And then when it starts to go away or not visible, then it's called waning, okay? So then all we're going to do is, when you come over, you'll grab another marker. You just make your circles.
It's okay if they're not perfect circles, right?
Yeah, no perfect circles. We all know we're not the perfect artists. And then you can sit there and start coloring in if you'd like, just like that. And we're gonna call that darkened out my new moon. And I'm gonna write new moon, and I'm gonna put day 29 to 0, okay? Then next, I'm going to go ahead and put my waxing moon, cover this out, because remember, this is the shadow you don't see. This is just the part that's white that you see, okay? And this is going to be my waxing crescent. So then you're just gonna keep going through, and you're just gonna color the differences in order to get the looks of the moon and the way the moon phases throughout our months in around average of 30 days. So that's just one of the other activities we have going on this weekend.
That is super awesome. Thank you so much, Chris, for showing us what's going on.
Great.
So again, we've got homeschool days going on all day today. It is designed for homeschool children, but everyone's welcome to come in and participate in these events. And then we have Star Days, which is from 10 to 4 here at the Space Foundation Discovery Center. That's going to be from 10 to 4 p.m. Again, we're located at 4425 Arrows West Drive in Colorado Springs. Join us next time when we talk about Mercury. So what questions do you have about Mercury? Be sure to leave them in the comments. See you next time.
Bye.